Liz here with the City of Ottawa to teach you a lovely yoga class. This is a little bit more of an accessible yoga class, a little bit less transitions. You may need a block, a folded blanket, or a cushion to sit on. Alternatively, you could sit on a chair for some of the exercise and I'll prompt you when that's appropriate. To get started in our yoga class today, we'll get started on our backs, and so we'll have a little lie down. Take your time and support yourself as needed. Now, as you lie down, you might be tempted to stretch the legs straight out ahead, but sometimes that can cause some discomfort in the hips, the lower back. And so usually it might be a little bit easier and more comfortable to start in Ardha Shavasana, or half corpse pose, with the knees bent, the soles of the feet on the floor. The hands can relax down by your side, or you can relax the hands to your abdomen, which helps to bring a little bit more awareness to how your breath is moving, how the abdomen might be rising with the inhales and falling with the exhales. Feel free to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, but you can also focus on one point on the ceiling. Resist the urge of looking all over the room so that you can start to minimize distractions. Feel yourself becoming heavy and melting into the earth. And take the time to notice how your body is feeling today. Notice any aches or pains, any tightness or tension. Usually those are the sensations that are most apparent. But then take an equal opportunity to notice the areas that feel good. The areas that feel light and spacious. Those are the areas that we'll try to expand with our conscious movements and our deep breath work. Taking your inhales and your exhales in and out through the nose. I'm just spending another little moment here, finding a quiet space. And now with this quiet space that you've cultivated, bring the knees slowly in towards the chest. So you can start to wake yourself up if you got really still there. Maybe moving your fingers and wrists, starting to bring your knees in towards your chest, and giving yourself a gentle hug. It doesn't have to be a very tight squeeze, especially if that causes any pinching in your hips. So find some comfort here. Maybe it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side. And then we'll take both hands and wrap the hands behind the right knee, behind the right thigh, and the left leg can come down to the floor. The left foot can stay flat on the mat, or the left leg can stretch straight out if that feels good for you. This is your practice. This is your body. And so just make sure that you listen to your body and do what feels right for you today. Now with your hands behind the right knee, we're going to start moving with the breath. As you inhale, stretch your right leg up, almost like you're trying to very slowly kick your right foot into the sky. And as you exhale, slowly bend into the right knee. We're moving with the breath today. Inhale, slowly kick that right leg up as slow as you inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale to slowly lengthen through the right leg. Exhale to bend. And on this next one, we're going to lengthen the right leg up towards the sky and pause here. Now your knee can be super, super bent. Or if you have more flexibility in your hamstring, that right leg might be way straighter. There's no right and wrong. Just do what feels good. As you hold here, start to make circles with your right ankle. Making those circles only as circular as it feels good. So maybe it's more of a triangle or oval, whatever the movement feels good in your ankle. This is just a really good way to rest tired feet if you've been standing a lot or maybe walking a lot. And even if you've been sitting a lot and there's just a lot of blood pooling in your feet, a lot of fluid, it's a good way to revitalize your feet. Now as you make circles, we're going to switch the directions. See if you can spread and wiggle your toes as you do this. You might actually feel more of a stretch in your leg depending on how your foot is positioned. Remember to take those beautiful long breaths. And we'll bring it back to center, back to stillness. Let go of the right leg. The leg can be straight or bent. As you exhale, the right leg will come down to the floor. Take a moment here. Sometimes the leg feels longer, lighter, or warmer than the other. A moment of observation. And then we'll once again bring both knees in towards the chest. Take your time to give them a little cuddle, and you can rock lightly from side to side. And as you bring yourself back to stillness, we'll wrap the hands behind the left knee or left thigh, and the right leg can either come straight down, but again, you can keep that right knee bent if that's more comfortable for you today. Find your comfort zone, and when you're ready to follow your breath, on the inhale, we'll stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend into the left. Find that inhale, lengthen through the left leg. Again, it doesn't have to be stick straight to be a good, beautiful sensation through the back of the left leg. Exhale, bend once again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to bend. And on this last one, we'll hold. So as you inhale, lengthen through that left leg. Doesn't have to be stick straight to be a good one. Take your time and start to make circles with the left foot. You can spread the toes. You can feel free to focus on your toes, but resist the urge of planning your next pedicure. So maybe close the eyes if that helps you let go of any extra thoughts. And when you're ready, we'll swirl that ankle in the opposite rotation. Again, just a really lovely way to revitalize tired feet. So good. Let's bring that left foot back to stillness. You can let go of that left leg. Again, you can bend the knee to bring the leg down, or you can stretch it straight out. Relax that left leg to the floor, and you take a moment to notice. Sometimes the leg feels longer, lighter, or warmer than the other. In fact, sometimes after stretching the back of the legs a little bit, it feels better to stretch the legs out than it did at first. Notice the differences. Just observe your body. And then here, we'll once again bend into the knees. Give yourself a cuddle. Rock lightly from side to side to massage the sacrum, that low back area. And then the knees and feet will be about hip-width distance apart. Knees stay bent, soles of the feet on the floor, preparing for some dynamic bridge. In this pose, you'll want to avoid looking around the room, so keep the neck really nice and steady, looking up to the ceiling. Hands relax down by your side, palms can face down. As you inhale, engage the glute, the buttocks muscles a little bit here, and start to peel the spine up off the mat, hips only coming up as high as it feels comfortable. As you exhale, bring the spine back down to the floor. We're still moving with our breath today. As you inhale, curl the spine up off the mat, lift the hips up. Exhale, slowly bring the spine down. Take that inhale to lift only as high as it feels good. Exhale. This is a really great way to strengthen the glutes and lower back. Inhale, lifting up. And strong hips and strong lower back can help to find more comfort in your back. Exhale, peel it down. On this last one, we're going to lift up into bridge, inhaling up. And once you get there, we'll pause and hold. So you're holding the posture, but not holding the breath. So you're still breathing long inhales through the nose, long exhales through the nose. Keeping your head centered so that you're not looking around the room, just keeping the head still. And maybe there's room to lift those hips a little higher. It's not a competition. Do what feels good. Exhale, slowly peel the spine down. Once the spine is down to the ground, we'll bring the right ankle towards the left thigh, coming into a figure four or a reclined pigeon pose, which is sometimes called. You'll feel a little stretch here to the outside of the right hip and sometimes to the inside of the right thigh. You can stay exactly as you are, so the left foot can stay down on the ground. You can bring that left foot off the ground and see if you can maybe even interlace your hands around the left thigh. If that's a little too much, you can just bring that left foot back down to the ground. This is a good stretch. If there's any pain in your right knee, walk your left foot forward. So you notice as you do that, there's less pressure in the hip and knee. Again, do what feels good. Take a few long, beautiful, luscious breaths. Feel your full inhale, inflate your belly, expand your chest, breathing into your back. Exhale from the back, the chest and belly. One more here, full inhale. And full exhale. If you happen to be holding on to that left thigh, you can start to let go of it. Once the left foot is back down to the ground, we'll untangle, bring the right foot down to the floor. Figure four on our left side. Left ankle towards the right thigh. You kind of have a triangular hole between your legs. Maybe you feel that stretch to the outer left hip or the inner left thigh. You can stay exactly like this. You can also bring that right knee in towards the chest. Or if that feels like too much, that right foot can stay down on the ground. And it can even walk a little bit further to the front of your mat, reducing the pressure on the hip and knee. Yoga should not hurt. So if there's any pain, modify the position or just leave it out. Find your long breaths here. Your eyes can be opened or closed. But see if you can notice how it feels to breathe in different postures. That breath work, those nice, big, beautiful inhales and exhales, is almost like you're stretching from the inside out. Inhaling into the abdomen, expanding into the chest, and breathing all the way up into your back. Exhale from the back, chest, and abdomen. Again, for a full breath. And a full exhale. If you're holding on to that right knee, start to let the right foot come back down to the ground. Untangle the legs, the left foot returns to the floor. We'll hug the knees in towards the chest, maybe giving yourself a rock from side to side. And we'll rock all the way over to one side or the other. A moment here to cuddle up in a fetal position. Hands can press down into the ground. And help yourself up to come into a seated position. As we come into a seated position, this is where your block, blanket, cushion, or even your chair might come in handy. So you can sit with the legs crossed. Sometimes that's painful for the hips. So that's where you can put a little cushion underneath your hips or a block. But when all else fails, there's so many other options. You can come into diamond legs. You can stretch the legs out, and you can just sit on a chair. Just find something that feels good for your hips. As we focus on grounding the seat down, so feel those sit bones in your tush ground down to the floor. Feel the spine lengthen, and then here, we'll once again move with the breath. Relax the arms down on either side of your body. Eyes can be opened or closed. Inhale, circle the arms out, reach up. And only as high as it feels good. So if there's pinching in your shoulder, keep it wide. Exhale, relax the arms down. On the inhale, palms face up. Palms can come up to shoulder height. Maybe the arms come up like a Y, or maybe your hands touch. Exhale, slowly let the arms come back down. These are called sun breaths, tracing the sun around here. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, relax down. We'll change things up a little bit on this next one. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, right hand only comes down towards the ground into a side bend. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, left hand down into your side bend. Inhale, moving with the breath, arms reach up. Exhale, right hand down, reaching towards the right side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm down. One more time on each side. This time, move at your own breath. Good. When you're ready to finish up on this, inhale, arms will reach up. We're changing things up again. As you exhale, twist, right hand behind you. Left hand can come towards your right thigh, looking towards your right side. Inhale, unravel the twist, reach back up. Exhale, left side. Left hand comes down behind you, the right hand to the left knee. Again, inhale, unravel the twist, reach through to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, unravel, coming back through to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, last time, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Find that inhale coming through the center. Exhale, left side. Fabulous. We'll inhale, unravel, bring yourself back to center, reaching up, big inhale here, fill the lungs. Exhale, relax the hands wherever they want to fall, by your side, on your knees, within your lap. Eyes open or closed for one full breath cycle. Find that full, generous inhale. And that beautiful, long exhale. We've moved the spine in lots of different directions. So as soon as you start moving the spine in all those directions, usually it's easier to feel taller. Take advantage of that. Breathe big. From here, we're going to transition and come up into a standing pose. You can come up into your standing pose however it feels good. Or you can follow my lead by coming into a table position. We're only using this as a transition. You can tuck the toes under, walk the feet forward, walk the hands towards your feet, your shins, your thighs. You can linger here about that halfway point, which can be really useful if you're used to having dizzy spells. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale all the way up, lengthen. Exhale, relax the arms down. We're going to start standing here in Tadasana. The feet about hip-width distance apart, and just try to make sure that your toes are facing forward. So sometimes it's typical to have that supermodel look with one toe facing out, toes pointing forward. You can lift the toes, spread the toes, and then bring those toes back down to the ground nice and spread wide. Maybe you can see the color of your floor, carpet, or mat between the toes. Relax the hands down by your side. Legs active, gently. Shoulders wide. Lots of room to breathe here. On the inhale, circle the arms, reach up towards the ceiling. And we're going to come into half moon pose. Few options before we get there. You can interlace the fingers. This can be sometimes a little tricky if the shoulders are feeling tight or painful. So if reaching the hands up overhead is causing you any distress, just wear your hands like a hat. If that doesn't seem to work out for you today, you can even keep just the hands on the hips. Find what feels good. When you get to that position, hands up, hands on the head, or hands to the hips, take an inhale, grow nice and tall. As you exhale, half moon pose over to the right side. The weight should be equal on both feet. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Moving with the breath. That's the theme for today. Moving with that inhale to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. On the exhale, over to the right side. Pause and hold here. On our inhale, we'll bring it back to center. Try to relax those shoulders if they're creeping up to your ears. Exhale, left side. Big, beautiful breath here. On your next inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, let your arms come down just to shoulder height. Try to roll those shoulders back. You can even bring your index and thumb together. That's Janu Mudra for concentration. You might need that added bit of concentration as those arms start to feel heavy. You're strong enough to do this. You're strong enough to be here. Lengthen the spine, exhale. Twist and point your belly button to the right. But when you twist your belly button to the right, your knees should keep pointing forward. That's safer for your knees. Maybe there's room to lengthen a little bit more, twist a little bit more. Looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. Keep those arms up, you're strong enough to be here. Exhale, left side. The knees are pointing forward. It's just the belly button and your gaze looking to the left. Inhale, bring it on back to center. Oh, those heavy arms. This is the best part. Exhale, relax the arms down. You don't want to roll them back and forward. Now, still with the feet anchored down, about hip width distance apart, you can try to reach the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers if it works. If you can't quite reach your hands behind you, you can also hold on to a strap, a blanket, a towel, a tie, so as to widen the shoulders. You can also bend the elbows and just hold on to opposite wrist or forearm. When you find whatever bind works, the chest is broad. You can stay here because sometimes this is beautiful. Maybe that's all you need to feel that big, beautiful chest. This is your practice. Or with the hands behind you, you can lift the chest a little bit more on your inhale, soften through the knees, and as you exhale, feel free to bend into the knees. Take the time to relax. The hands can stay on your back. You might want to lift them up. And then from here, we'll let go of the hands behind the back. If you're in a forward fold, that just means you'll let your arms hang down to the floor. We're going to start making our way to sitting. And so if you're standing, just take your time. You can bend the knees and sit however you like. We're sitting on our tush, which means that eventually you're going to come down, sit bones down to the ground. Soles of the feet towards one another. And the knees open up. If you like, you can put a block under one or both knees. You can also put a blanket under your ankles if they feel particularly tight. Take an inhale here. Feel free to stay in this diamond shape with the legs, or you can lean forward. You might be able to lean forward a little bit more, but just be cautious. Here, giving you the side view, you want to make sure that you're folding from the hips rather than having like a karate chop to your mid back, which is just going to cause more pressure in your back. So you might be better off sitting up high if folding from the hips doesn't work. A couple long breaths here. And on the inhale, we'll help ourselves come all the way back up. Nice and tall through the spine, legs come together. And you can make sure to have lots of room behind you as you peel your spine down. Feet will be about mat width apart, the knees bent. And you can just let your knees flop to the left and back up to center, flop to the right, kind of like windshield wipers. The inhales can bring you back to center. The exhales can just flop your knees from side to side. And once you've had enough of this flipping and flopping, we'll bring it back to center. Stretch the legs out straight if that feels okay. If that still causes some tenderness through your low back, instead of straight leg Shavasana, you can have the bent knees. Hands can be on your belly or by your side. Eyes opened or closed. And as you find your way into Shavasana, or as we call it, corpse pose, find a relaxation space. Take the time to let go of any active muscles that might still be engaged. If you need to wiggle to find that, please do. Taking a few quiet breaths here. And knowing that if your schedule permits, you can stay here for another 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, savoring your Shavasana. You can also start to wiggle yourself awake, wiggle your fingers and toes, roll over to your side, and make your way through to a seated position. The legs straight, the legs bent, crossed or diamond shaped, whatever works for you. Take a moment to bring the hands to Namaskar Mudra. That's our gratitude position. Feel the corners of the lips moving up towards the ears. That's called a smile. And with that smile, let some joy find its way into your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.